What's going on there, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a week. It's been a week since I went ahead and posted my previous video. I genuinely did not think anything worse could happen in this time frame, but holy crap, it got worse. More bad things are happening. More scummy practices are being shoved into Skate. And I'm telling you right now, I'm really trying to stay strong because I want to see if Skate can become a better game. I want to see it, a year down the road, what it's going to be like with modes, all the tricks, more to the map, when the game is actually complete. But every single day that goes by encourages me more and more to go ahead and uninstall. And I can't lie to you guys, I'm getting pretty dang close to doing such. But ladies and gentlemen, as always, if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. I post twice here, once at 8 a.m. Eastern Time and a second time at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And also, if you guys want to catch any of my live streams, I do stream Monday through Saturday over on Twitch starting at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Of course, if you guys are interested, got a link that channel down in the description of this video. All right, so I don't even know where to go ahead and start. I genuinely don't. There's so many things going on right now that it's going to be a pretty decently long video. So make sure you guys buckle on in, grab some popcorn, sit back, relax, because you guys are going to be in for one. First and foremost, let's just go ahead and hop into the second week of the Halloween event and showcase to you guys exactly what we're going to be going ahead and getting. Here you guys go. The same exact mask that we got for free. I want you guys to understand this. We got this mask already for free. They changed the hat color, and now this is the week 2 task. Nothing new, no new boards, no new, outfits or anything like that. Nothing cool. I would love a different mask. I already have this mask. I would really enjoy having, some of the other funny cosmetics for Halloween and dress up off of this Skate-O-ween event. But sadly, this is all we can get. A reskin of an item that we already got for free. I'm not even going to bother with this week's event, ladies and gentlemen. Typically I try to finish these all out. The first event wasn't that bad. It was a deck, and you guys can see me riding on it right now. It was actually pretty dang cool. And that was the only cool thing about the event. It was getting the board. And here we are, and they completely dropped the ball. I'm not even going to bother. I'm completely skipping this week. I don't see any reason to even bother grinding this out. And as I stated, I was really hoping that we would get different masks. We already got this one for free. It'll be cool to see at least another one for free, right? Give me at least a pumpkin head. But no, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to go ahead and get any of the cooler, headpieces, you have to pay actual cash to go ahead and get such. Basically 7 beans for each and every one of these headpieces. And again, I want to make it very clear, I understand this is a free-to-play game, so they need to make money somewhere, somehow. But in a Halloween event, they could have easily just given the pumpkin head at least for the event week 2, and then given all the other crazy, wild headpieces, again, in the store for people to purchase. But instead, they recycle something that we already have and, hold all the at least decent stuff that would actually encourage people to come back and play and put in time behind a paywall. So guess what? Nobody's going to come back in and give the game play time because, it's just not worth it unless you want to open up your wallet. Even better, ladies and gentlemen, look at this. This is one of the hoodies in the store now that they're charging $2.50 for. Basically, you're probably going to get like a $5 pack, or if you have any left over, you can go ahead and scoop this. But it's literally the same exact thing as what you get from the free stuff that you could purchase with your Halloween coins, whatever you want to go ahead and call them. I always forget what they're called because I genuinely do not care. We have 4 currencies in this game right now. I swear, if we get a 5th currency, I'm going to faint. I can't handle this many currencies anymore. But yeah, so basically, it's just a reskin. Again, like I'm telling you right now, the creativity is blowing my mind when it comes down to Skate. And I genuinely don't understand why, but I do. Because I mentioned it in my previous video. The devs don't give a crap about any of this. They're way more focused on trying to complete the game, trying to go ahead and get moves. Like I said, we don't even have a full trick list. We don't even have a full map. We don't even have any game. We don't even have Skate. We don't have Skate in a skating game. Okay? I just want everybody to understand this. The devs are working on other things right now. This is just, once again, an event to try to pull in some cash on the side. Not really an event to, kind of bless the players with a little something to come back and enjoy the overall experience. The devs are working on other things right now. This is the last of their priorities. Ladies and gentlemen, that's not even the worst part about this overall update here. Believe it or not, ever since the previous week happened, the developers, I don't know if it's the developers, it's probably EA who made the decision here, but they went ahead and reduced the amount of rip chips that you can earn per doing challenges down to frickin' 5. So, not only is the game struggling to keep players, not only are people complaining saying that this game isn't consumer friendly enough, and they want more things that will, encourage players to actually play the game, their response to this is to reduce how much currency you get in challenges, making the grind even longer. I actually saw a post over on Reddit by Employment Final Boss, and they said the mathematical horror of the 5 rip chip per task nerf. Want to thank you, David Hall Jr., and his post for helping with the amount of individual boxes. Post is here, and again, I'll leave this overall post, the link to it, down in the description of this video, and you can see the other post through there. But Employment said, if you want to open up every single rip chip box in-game right now, it would accumulate to roughly 126,175 rip chips. 126,175 rip chips divided by 5, the amount of rip chips per individual task, would equate to 25,235 individual tasks. If we assume every daily challenge has 4 individual tasks, it would sometimes have 3 or sometimes 5. That would be 6,308 daily challenges. At 30 daily challenges per day, if you wanted to open every box currently available in the game, while excluding any additional boxes added later and the titles that don't count towards the rip chip box number, you would have to complete every single daily challenge every single day for 210 days. This is understandably one of the most horrific examples of artificial lengthening of grinding I've ever seen. I understand the game is a live service and supposed to be active for years, but rip chip boxes and daily challenges are the only things to do in the game. If they have stayed at 5 rip chips per task, there wouldn't be as much outrage, but people would have slowly tapered off after seeing how insane the grind is. But they changed it to 20. I understand 20 might be too high and might increase progression too quickly, but they let us experience it and took it away. This can only end badly. After 11k rip score in almost 90 hours, I adore this game and hope it thrives for a long time, but this is a horrifically out-of-touch method to do it. Like I said, 20 rip chips might have been too much, but even adjusting it to 10 would alleviate so many issues. Please, EA. Basically, the point being made here is that when this game first dropped, it was 20 rip chips per challenge, which again, like this individual said, it might have been a little too fast. But the problem that they did is they got everybody adjusted to 20 rip chips, and they completely tanked it down to 5. The lowest possible denominator to make it as long as possible. So we go from something that, everybody got used to tanking it, making the grind 10 times harder. And they thought that was going to be healthy for the overall community. They thought that was going to be good. And the worst part about it is that the only way you can actually get 20 rip chips is if you play co-op, which, 2 things here. Co-op sucks in this game. It's still very busted. And 2, not everybody wants to play with people. Not everybody wants to hop in with randoms or, hope that friends are going to come online to help them get their rip chips. Sometimes people just want to hop on the game, play it, enjoy it, and then sign off. All by themselves. So this is so counterintuitive because they're trying to force people into co-op when, I'm going to be honest, not many people want to deal with that. And the thing about it is that co-op has always offered more rip chips. It has. But dumping down the base amount of rip chips for just playing solo to 5 almost feels like it's forced. You're forced to play co-op to get anything decent out of this. You'll get 5 rip chips per task, plus the 20 for playing at co-op, which will be a decent amount. That'll give you 40 instead of 20, but I mean, it's such a bad decision across the board by EA. And again, like I said, this is happening during their most crucial time when they should be trying to be friendly with their community, and actually bring them back into the experience and try to find other ways to encourage players to play the game. Instead of doing that, they said, okay, people are leaving. It must be because they're finishing the game too fast. Let's extend the grind. I mean, how dense can EA be about the overall Skate franchise? It really hurts. And I also saw one last post here. It was hard to get this post because it kept getting taken down by the moderators. But luckily, one of them was able to stay up. It's by Sexabean, saying comes across a bit tone deaf. And it was actually a post about 4 weeks, actually by now, probably be 5 weeks ago. Over, I think this is Insta. I don't know, actually. I think this is Instagram. I don't really use that much social media. I do apologize for my lack of, socials. Even on Twitter, I have a Twitter account, and I don't even use it that much. So, it's just who I am. But Skate said, and I guess this is obviously a response to someone else's post, saying, glad you checked it out for yourself and didn't just listen to the haters, who most of them haven't played. Early access is just the beginning. We've got lots planned. Check our roadmap for a taste of what's to come. I mean, is this not tone deaf, ladies and gentlemen? Seriously, the game has nothing. The game is bare bones. They're selling a bunch of cosmetics and, stuffing stuff into the store for a product that isn't even complete. We don't have any of the game modes. We don't have all the tricks. We still don't have the whole portion of the map. It is a quarter of what the full game is going to be. And they're charging us for absolutely everything while giving players absolutely no reason, no incentive to hop back into the game. And they're saying, I'm glad you didn't listen to the haters on this one. Please, man. I mean, there's a reason people are hating, and it's not the people who played the game once and are signing out. It's the people who are playing the game consistently, who are begging for more things to do. And this isn't any pointless hate. That's what that's the thing about this compared to like other games where it's just a bunch of people just spamming pointless stuff that is irrelevant. No, this is genuine critique that the community has been giving since the launch of early access. Genuine critique. No hate, not bashing devs, just people who want, more reason to hop into the game because there is literally no reason to do such. And these individuals are haters at this point. Look, I want to make this very clear. I don't hate Skate. I want to see this game thrive. I want to see it become something massive, huge, something that can sustain itself for, years to come. But with how the player count's looking right now, and with how EA continues to literally nickel and dime every single one of us while not improving anything with the overall experience. I mean, there's still players out there who are soft-locked, who are having tons of, horrible issues. They went ahead and addressed this within their weekly, blog, and there's still people who are having, day one issues with the game. Nothing has improved. Nothing is changing. I'm telling you right now, the majority of us here want to see a good title out of the Skate franchise. But with the direction that EA is taking right now, to me, it's worrisome because it seems that they understand the hype is dying, that they aren't maintaining players, and their number one goal right now is to milk those players while they can, which concerns me about the future. Are they going to continue with their content plan? Are things still going to drop? Are we going to be able to see the rest of the tricks in the game? Are we going to be able to see the rest of the game modes in the game? Are we going to be able to see anything, the map? I'm sure we will, because this is planned content. It's being developed. The game is already launched. This would be a huge loss on their end to scrap this game and say, okay, we're going to start working on Skate 4 now. No, they're going to try to get money. But I feel like it's going to be a long, just drawn-out process of the community getting milked to death until that moment finally comes. And my biggest concern is that when this content finally does come, are players even going to return, or are they going to have too bad of a taste in their mouth? This is the problem with highly monetizing an early access game like this that isn't ready to be shipped. I've seen it time and time and time again, even in games that I personally really liked, that, I wanted to see succeed, but still, this practice hurts. It hurts more than it could, be positive for the overall game. I understand they have servers they need to pay for, things that have to be done, but they really have to try to work with this community. They have to. They're not putting in any effort whatsoever to really try to, find a middle ground for everybody and discuss things. It's basically radio silence all the time to every major concern, besides light little things here and there that they go ahead and touch upon. But everything that is huge right now that this community is begging for, it's not looking pretty. And as the game progresses, EA is just getting greedier and greedier. I'm really, again, genuinely worried people are going to be ran off. And when the game finally does get to a better spot, and it has a lot of stuff to do and things to play for, and it's a respectable game, by then, it's going to be too late, and they're not even going to bother hitting the re-download button. But, ladies and gentlemen, as always, if you enjoyed today's video, leave a like. If you hated, leave a dislike. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. Post twice here, once at 8 a.m. Eastern Time and a second time at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And also, if you guys are interested in any of my live streams, I do stream Monday through Saturday over on Twitch, starting at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Of course, if you guys are interested, got to link that channel down in the description of this video. But as always, thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.